for silent reflection. At this time, we are back up on the feeds. So just to give everybody I don't know if you want to let everybody know or send out to those who you know that may have thought we were gone for the evening. We are back up. Thank you, Rabbi Steve. So with that, let us go to Tifilat HaAmidah and let us lift our spirits and raise our hearts and stand humbly in prayer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah El Hagadol, Hagibor, Ve'anora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, U'mevi Gola Livnei V'nehem, Leman Shemo B'yahava. Melech Ozer Moshiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Yezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol atah, Rav LeHoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'Rofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar. Mi chamocha ba'al gevurot u'midom elach melech memit u'mechayeh u'matzliach Yeshua v'ne'emar ata lechayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh HaKol. Well, we have reached the Hoda'ah portion of our service, and I can tell you, it has definitely been a Monday. And, you know, everything with the technology. Hello, Susie, welcome. Glad you're able to join. You know, it's definitely we've been experiencing some technology challenges, but we're working through them and we're going to get through them together. And thank you all for your patience, you know, because that's like the last thing we need on top of everything else we have to deal with already. So, you know, at this time, I want you to just kind of shake off all the technological stuff and the technology stuff. Shake off all the worries and cares and all the bad news and all the things that would just drain drain your energy or steal your attention or take you away from those things that really allow you to focus on you. Just set all those aside. I want you to smile, breathe, and be present in your own journey right now. And just remember, recall, and acknowledge your loved ones, the kindnesses and good fortunes you shared and received, the achievements you've accomplished, the lessons you've learned, moments when you've had a true, sincere peace and experienced true joy, or any of the many and varied blessings with which you have been blessed. I'm going to read the Hoda'ah aloud in English while you do so. And if you are so inclined, please type in at least one item for which you are truly, truly grateful. We proclaim that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors throughout all time. You are the rock of our lives, the shield of our salvation in every generation. We thank you and praise you for our lives that are in your hand, for our souls that are in your charge, for your miracles that are with us daily, for your wonders and gifts that accompany us at all times, evening, morning, and noon. You are good and your mercy is everlasting. You are compassionate and your kindness never ending. We have always, always placed our hope in you. Ellen is very grateful to be able to do 3 chores in one day and grateful for all those who are in this day. Sue Marie is glad to be working. Reba is grateful to be getting her second COVID vaccination on last Friday. All right. Susie's aunt in Dallas is recuperating and getting better from her fall. And we are all very grateful for that, Susie. I'm sure you are. I'm grateful to be here with you. I'm grateful that we were able to get the technology moving forward. Actually, it was just a little switch, but nevertheless, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful I took the headphones off. Somehow it seemed to work Friday and not tonight, so I don't know. But I'm glad. I'm glad that we're all together in sacred space and in community together. So thank you all very, very much for all these goodness and blessings. We shall ever praise and exalt you. May every living creature thank you and praise you faithfully, God of our deliverance and our help. Praised are you, Adonai, who is the essence of goodness, to whom it is worthy to give praise. Amen, the Amen. And it is, and thank you all. Thank you all so much for sharing and for being here and helping to create this special space. We know that, there are so many in need of healing, some of us here tonight, as well as those who may share our space, as well as those who we hold in our hearts and our minds. And this energy is transferable. It is indeed transferable. And so with that, at this time, please type in the names of those whose names for whom you want the prayer for healing said. And as I read each name aloud, let us please focus our collective healing energy and intention on all those who are in need of healing, restoration, recovery, hope, encouragement, strengthening, and inspiration, comfort, relief, acceptance, solace, and peace. Heal us, Adonai, and we shall be healed. Help us, and we shall be saved, for you are our glory. Grant complete and perfect healing for all of our afflictions. And may you who blessed our ancestors, may it be your will to send complete healing and restoration of body, mind, and soul too. All who are suffering physically and emotionally. Dorothy, Marlene, Naomi, Bill, and David. Mike Radin, Myrna Sue Schemberg, Francis Johnson, Craig Ben Nina, Jenny Batwana, Perry Ben Betty, Marlene Bathaya. There are others. Please type in their names. Paula Bat-Rose, Amy, Marvin, Rabbi Nancy, Rabbi Galit, Jerry Romanek, Evie Bourne, I will also add Lisa, Millsap family, the Whitehead family, Whitehead and Tunic families, family and friends of Keith Jennings, Barbara Weintraub and her family, the Boyds, the McCullen Mitchell families, Valerie, Aaron, Maddie, Trey, Mayo, Bonnie, Malcolm, Rose, Albert, Terry, Bernard, Mary, and Joseph Aronofsky, Patty and Wendy Vogel, Shandell Bat Sharon, Meir Ben Sorka, Hannah Bat Shandell, William Ben Julia, Leah, or the Orlandi family, Batya Malkabas Perochaya, Susan, Chris, Angie, Ken, Thang Nguyen, the James, Adams, Williams, McKenzie, and Grant families, Bobby Joe Adams, Roland and Judy Hanson, are injured, as well as family and friends of those who were lost in tragedies of 2021. We also include those with COVID-19 related illnesses and family and friends of those lost to COVID-19 related illnesses. We also include our injured and wounded warriors and family and friends of those soldiers and warfighters who've made the ultimate sacrifice. We also include our brothers and sisters in worship who have been affected and impacted by causeless hatred, anti-Semitism, racism, misinformation, misunderstanding, and psychological and physiological inconsistencies that lead to violence and fatalities. We also include Williola, Fred, Sarah, Zachariah, Sophania, Sion, Israela, Rob, Richard, the Penedick Crescenta families, Ora, Marcia, Rachel, Bill, Gilaloma Bat Rachel, Ava Bat Miriam, Rob Jenny, Gladys, Dave Poland, Rob Tony, the Terry family, the Cohen family, the Argaby and Jakiri families, and Steve Davis. Along with all others who suffer. And may those who tend to those who are ill Adonai, including first responders, front lines people, essential workers, clergy, teachers, healthcare workers, may they and we serve by intending and attending to restoration, serving as an instrument of your healing and reflecting your blessing and goodness in time of need. For you are the faithful and merciful God of healing. May this come to pass speedily in our day. We also include Amy. Praised are you, Adonai, who is the healer of Israel, all people everywhere and all your creation. And let us say, Amen, the Amen. And for all those whose names we have, who we read aloud, as well as those names we still hold in our hearts and in our minds, for them do we intend and pray for a complete and speedy refuah shalema. Amen. Yeah, amen. At this time, let us go to the Aleinu. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liyotze breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot hadama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol amonam, v'anachnu kor'im, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. And it is said, and the Lord shall be sovereign over all the earth. And in that day shall the Lord be one, and Adonai's name one. Hi, Amy. How are you? Hope you're feeling better.
Let's put it this way. They started me a new inhaler. Lovely. Yum, yum.
At this time, let us turn our hearts and minds and remember those who have transitioned to the world beyond to their eternal rest. And even though these dearest and precious souls are no longer with us physically, their lives and legacies live on through us. Their journeys and memories are ever imprinted in our hearts and in our minds, even with the passage of time. We still hold them ever precious. So if you are in mourning or are observing here at site, please join me now in saying the Mourner's Kaddish. And if you are so inclined, please type in the names of those whose memories you cherish and wish to honor this evening. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yamadi v'rachrute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Bagalau v'zman. Kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lameh al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipoar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushpechata v'nechemata da'miram b'yama v'imru. Amen. Yesh lamar Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom bimrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yal kol yoshvei tevel, V'imru. Amen. Tonight we remember all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, and all those who have been killed by gun violence in 2021. We also remember Azizi the giraffe, April the giraffe, Beverly Fletcher, and yes, there was another Capitol police officer who committed suicide. Some about Ida, Richard Rose, Richard Orr, and Ted Wilcox, Jackie Mason, Wayne and Kat Bragg, Beth, Robert River, Scott Whitehead, Linda Norton, and all those who lost their lives in Surfside, Florida. Zora, Linda Mason, Al, Annie, Brenda Zalkin, Kathy K, Nancy F, and Marilyn Hirsch. If there are others, please type in their names. In the meantime, I will also add Angeline McKenzie Adams, Leela Mae McCullough, Palmer Orlandi Sr., Father Jack McCaslin, Sylvia Dickerson Tepeta, Russ Wallace, Byron, Keith Jennings, Christopher Adams, Herbert James, Edwin Weintraub, David Lee Millsap. Those who've perished as a result of COVID-19 related illnesses, our veteran soldiers and war fighters who've perished and made the ultimate sacrifice, as well as those who've perished as a result of tragedies of 2021. All souls are with you, O Sovereign. So teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts into wisdom. And teach us to live wisely and unselfishly, courageously and fruitfully, in truth and in understanding, in love and in peace, so that our remembrance of them will be more than just mere moments of regret or remorse, but rather serve as a catalyst for noble and inspired living. And may the names of those whose memories we cherish be for a blessing. And may we, in our living, bring honor to them. And may we become worthy so that those who come after us may likewise remember us for good. As we this day affectionately remember those who are unto us a blessing. And let us say, Amen. Well, Chaverim u'Mishpacha, we have come to the end of our Ma'ariv service this evening. Hello, Saliha. It is an honor. I don't know if the audio will be better, but we'll see, Reba. That will be interesting. At least the parts that can be recorded, that have been recorded via the social media feeds. So with that, Sim Shalom offers Ma'ariv services every weeknight, Monday through Thursdays with JSLI rabbis, Fridays Kabbalat Shabbat with Rabbi Steve Blaine. I think I'm coming on one more night this week. I need to verify that with you. Thank you all for those who were doing the well wishes for me feeling better, and then especially the patience with the technology challenges. So I want to thank you for that. Our high holidays are right around the corner. In fact, this weekend, we're just a few days out from the month of Elul or Rosh Chodesh, and that really does start the season, the official season of penance, if you will, where it's time for us to really take a look at ourselves and reflect on who we are, what we want, what we need to do, what we need to rectify, and it's really, really a solemn time to be able to do that leading up to Yamim Noraim as we enter into the season of Shiva. So just bringing that up to you because time's going by very, 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 very fast. With that, if any of you are interested in being a rabbi or a Cantor, jsli.net, I'm going to advise you to go there, check it out, and just follow your heart, follow your mind. There's that, as well as the Jewish Leadership Enrichment Program, or the JLEAP program. So both of those will support you on that particular journey. Let's see, if you are studying this week's Parsha, we are reading Parshat Re'eh, and oh my goodness. In this Parsha, so last week with Akev, I pictured Moshe Rabbeinu preaching, not so much in this one. This one, I picture Moshe Rabbeinu trying to squeeze as much information as possible and trying to run it through his memory, making sure he doesn't forget any, and then not leaving any details out, and making sure he impresses. And so a few things he tries to impress upon B'nai Israel, and one of which is not serving other gods. I mean, a good portion of that parsha really talks about not being led astray to serve other gods, and if so, what to do. And so he really goes into painstakingly details about that. Another aspect, we have our laws of kashrut reiterated in this parsha as well. So we do have that. There is one aspect, however, the parsha actually starts out with Moshe Rabbeinu giving Israel a choice. Giving Israel a choice on, here's the things you can do if you want blessings, and here's what happens if you don't do those things. And I mentioned that a little bit on Friday, but it is something still worth considering, because this is where you get to select what you want to do. You can't pretend you don't know. And I know that in a lot of places, and especially in our current, environment, where do you find the laws? Where do you find, the ordinances? And here, it's kind of out in the open in the way he describes it. So there's a level of transparency that, in a way is welcomed, but at the same time, it's right in the face for Israel to select. But the part that gets me is this. In here, Moshe Rabbeinu talks about the poor and talks about taking care of the poor. And we talk about tikkun olam in Judaism all the time. And tikkun olam is a very, very broad umbrella of what of everything that it could be and mean. But talking about the poor specifically, in here, Moshe Rabbeinu talks about not only helping to take care of the poor, doing and relating this back to the Shemitah year, but also taking care of the poor out of the goodness of your heart, without malice, without any ill will, without any, feeling like you have to, or it's just pure goodness, the true compassion that one has for somebody who is not as well off or is in need. And yeah, he actually states that there's going to always be people that you'll have to take care of. So do it from the goodness of your heart, and it will look favorable on you. And that's the part that resonates with me the most, because right now, at least, because that is something that many have challenges with, and especially in our societies today, there are challenges with respect to how we take care of those who are in need, poor and or otherwise. So, but if you are studying this week's parsha, I bid you great study. With that, please allow me to bless you with the threefold blessing as we go into our Monday evening or Tuesday, as the case may be. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Thank you all so very much. Erev tovu, laila tovu, boker tovu, shavua tov. Please be safe, please be well, please be blessed. Most of all, please be a blessing. Shine your light. Let that goodness of your heart just shine and be reflected throughout the world.
Okay, I'll shine my light on Wednesday when I go for my interview. I promise.
Very good. So thank you all so much. Take care. Love you. God bless you. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Certainly, I'm like I said, I may be on one more day this week. And you'll know it when you see me. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.
Toda rabba.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Barbara. Great having you on.